Now, I know I'm not the first person to say this, but with this kind of weapon setup, it's hard to believe that we are the good guys. I can just hear it now. We're here to save you with biological warfare. Just doesn't sound like the good guys. What's happening, everybody? Hope you guys are feeling great. I'm Team Kills, and what I like to do is make gaming easier. Now, we all know Saryn is one of, if not the best, damage dealers in the entire Origin system, and Steel Path, possibly. There are a lot of great builds and ideas out there already. Most of them are ability-heavy builds, which is right. It's the smart way to build her, because Saryn's almost a perfect toxic bomb. Now, this build that I put together, it will buff her abilities as well. She's just that good. But it's actually meant for melee. Yep, melee build for Saryn. I know. Just stay with me. So let's start with her weapon of choice. You can choose whatever weapon you want, but I chose the Liaison. It's just fitting. It's just perfect. It's just poisonous. Now, on this build, it is a 125% status chance. So my status effects, they're going to happen. And they're toxic, slash, and blast in that order. Because blast is a great element because, well, it hits twice and staggers people. But mostly because it hits twice. Slash is one of my favorite animations because it tears people in half. I almost can't get enough of that. And Toxin is perfect for this. Mainly because with this weapon and its special ability, once you get a status effect, which there's a 125% chance it's going to happen, but once you get a status effect, you get a 15% speed boost on your melee, and you get a 100% boost on your toxic damage. So I wanted Toxin to be my major element. I also chose melee exposure for my arcane. So whenever I cast an ability, it will give an extra 60% corrosive to my weapon, which when I cast my Toxic Lash, it is going to turn into my Toxic Corrosive Lash. Condition Overload is going to give me an 80% boost on that Toxin that's already, and my other elements, but on the Toxin that's already getting 100% boost. Boreal's Contempt is going to add an extra 60% boost to that Toxin, along with my arcane. There's a lot of toxin and corrosive boosting in this build. Oh, and I also use the Tennokai that gives you 100% status when you hit them. I know I'm already getting 100% status. I just wanted to make sure that all that status and buffing goodness happens on my Tennokai attacks as well. Now, when it comes to Saryn, this toxic delight, she's actually not that special or should I say, I didn't use too many advanced or hard to get mods. First, I chose Archon Continuity. Now this adds corrosive status to any ability that's using toxic status, like my Toxic Lash. This is why I call my Toxic Lash my corrosive Toxic Lash. It's awesome. Archon Vitality, this is the one that doubles any fire effects. The reason why I chose this is because I got rid of Molt. Molt's a good ability, but I chose to get rid of Molt. I went to the Infested Testicle in the back of our Orbiter, and I chose Jade's Burning Eyes. It does burn them. I get double for it, which is awesome, but mainly it's to slow people down as well, while I'm running around chopping them to death with my Toxic Lash. Contagion Cloud is going to leave clouds of poisonous gas behind me. Now, it is boosted in my build only to about 669, so it's not huge, but it's going to last for 18 seconds. So if something's behind you, it really shouldn't follow you. It's going to die on the way there. Oh, if you don't have any of the Archon mods or Archon Vitality, or maybe you didn't put Jade's Burning Eyes on Saryn, or you don't want to, which is fine. It's a good idea. Molt, like I said, is a good ability. Maybe you could put something like Vigor or Prime Vigor in there. That helps. Even Amar's Hatred gives you some extra ability strength, armor, and the ability to teleport 10 meters with your heavy attacks. There are good ways to tweak this. Do whatever you want. just because I did the ability swap, I wanted to use the fire ability. It helps. I also chose Archon Fury. I'm chopping people to death, so when I get a crit attack, this is a status build, but I will get crits. When I get a crit attack, hopefully, there's a 60% chance that I'm going to get a 180% boost on my melee attacks. And Molt Augmented is technically for my abilities, but I'm using my Corrosive Toxic Lash pretty much all the time, as well as my Burning Eyes to slow people down. So the more I kill people, the stronger that buffs my abilities. I really like that arcane, so I slapped that one on. Now, like I just said, I use Toxic Lash all the goddamn time. Maybe I should stop repeating myself. So when it comes to my shard choices, I chose 5 green Tau Forge shards. 3 of those shards will give me a 15% ability boost for enemies that are affected by corrosive. That it works great for my Burning Eyes, and it also works great for my Toxic Lash or my Toxic Corrosive Lash. It also works good for my first ability, which I just happen to like to spam while I'm running around killing people. I like to have that corrosive spreading around just for some extra fun. That totals up to an extra 45% boost. The other 2 will give me 2 45% boosts for a total 90% boost for just straight toxin status effects, which all my toxin status effects, like I mentioned, gotta stop repeating myself, turn into corrosive. Now, a reason why I made sure that 3 of them were corrosive, because if you're going for just a straight melee, like you're gonna copy this build to do something similar, it might be a good idea to go for all toxin. You'll get a bigger damage boost. I have another build, an Acid Rain build, where I also have Archon Continuity on there, so basically my first 3 abilities are corrosive base. So I wanted to have that corrosive boost for my corrosive abilities. Now, thanks to Condition Overload, Boreal's Contempt, Melee Exposure, Archon Continuity, Contagion Cloud, oh my god, and Molt Augmented, there's a lot going on here, and it's a hell of a toxic build. Now, I know this is a melee build, but my primary weapon I brought mainly for its secondary fire. The Bubonic, I murdered that. The Infested Arm Cannon, it's a toxic crit weapon, but its secondary fire, I don't have to aim it. And that's what I'm doing when I'm slashing things to pieces. If I have to shoot something far away or something in the air, I don't really want to aim. Speaking of not aiming, my secondary is the Catabolus. I murdered that name too. It's a laser. So once again, I don't have to aim because I'm not in a mood to aim. Melee frame. It is 120% gas, corrosive, and electricity. But what's kind of fun about this weapon, when you reload from empty, actually it doesn't even matter from empty. When you reload period, the clip is explosive. So you can throw it at somebody and it will blow up. If you reload from empty, it blows up bigger. So this is another fun weapon that I can use that I'm not aiming, melee for my melee frame. Now there is technically more to this. My status spreading abomination is the pet. Oh, it's perfect for what Saryn's doing. This is another monster, but this will be like another video, which I'm gonna put out at the same time, so you won't have to wait. It should be out already. But it'll make this video way too long if I even get into that. But this pet monster, you might want to watch that one too. Now on that note, make sure to tune in for Saryn's status spreading abomination. I haven't really decided on the title yet, but that's probably going to be it. Tune in for that video. As always, take this build, tweak it, make it yours, copy it, call it yours, throw it out, do whatever you want with it. All I do is I hope it helps. I mean, all I hope, wish, fuck. I hope this helped. I hope you join the team of killers. Become a killer of teams. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments. It's one of the ways we can talk. Make sure you keep it easy in life. And remember, just keep gaming.